Hi guys, welcome to the Chem Class channel. This video is on the standard units of measurement, and I'm also going to show you guys a really easy way to perform metric system conversions. So let's go ahead and get started. So first off, what are our standard units? Well, for length, we measure length, which is the distance between 2 points, using the meter, which is abbreviated with a little m. We measure mass, which is the amount of matter in an object, using the kilogram or the gram, depending on what it is that you're weighing. And we measure time, the interval between two events, using seconds, which is abbreviated with the little s. Now, another concept that you guys are going to come across in chemistry is the mole, abbreviated MOL. And we use the mole when we're measuring really large quantities of something, typically things like atoms and molecules. Now, I'm not going to get into mole conversions in this video, but if you would like a tutorial on how to perform mole conversions, go ahead and click the link for my mole conversions video. Temperature, which is the amount of heat in an object, officially in science is measured using the Kelvin. However, just know when you are taking temperature in the lab, you most likely will be using degrees Celsius. Now, to learn how to perform temperature conversions really easily, go ahead and click the link for my temperature conversions video where I show you how to go between Kelvin, degrees Celsius, and degrees Fahrenheit. So what are conversion factors? Well, here I listed 4 conversion factors that we hopefully find really easy because we use these all the time. We all know that every 60 seconds gives us a minute. There are 60 minutes in an hour, 24 hours in a day, and 365 days in a year. So we do conversions all the time in our head. And again, the more we use them, the easier they get. Now, if we look at the metric system scale, from mega all the way down to the nano base units, these are also conversion factors you're going to use. And just like these conversion factors, the more that you use them, the easier they're going to get. It's exactly the same concept. Now I'm going to show you guys a mnemonic. I'm going to write it out for you guys. A mnemonic you might have heard of before that gives you kind of a shortcut or makes it easier to perform these metric system conversions. Now, if you want to know how to perform metric system conversions using dimensional analysis, please see my dimensional analysis video where I break down the steps on how to do that. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys sort of a shorter, easier way to perform these conversions. Now, you guys may have heard of this mnemonic before. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. And that represents my kilo all the way to my milli base units. Now, why didn't I include the other ones? You may come across the other ones, however, the kilo through the milli, that's going to be what you're using probably 95% of the time. And so this kind of is just a shorter way of being able to do these conversions. Now, what are my base units? So my base units would be just the gram, the liter, or the meter. So if I was looking at the C, for example, it would be the centigram, centiliter, or centimeter. If I was looking at, let's say, the K over here, it would be the kilogram, the kiloliter, or the kilometer. And so again, the B represents grams, liters, or meters, depending on what it is that you're using. Okay, so we're going to use this mnemonic, King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk, to solve the next few practice problems. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So in this example, how many meters are in 48 kilometers? Well, first thing I'm going to do is write out my mnemonic again, and I'll just write it right over here. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. And so if I'm starting with 48 kilometers, it means I'm starting over here at this K. Now, 48 kilometers is the same as 48.0 kilometers. That's the same number. Now it's asking me how many meters are in 48 kilometers. So I have to get from the K to the base unit, because remember the base unit is liters, meters, and grams. So be careful not to hop all the way to this M. We don't want to do that. We want to go to the base unit, because the far right M, that would be our millimeter, which is not what the question is asking us. So now I'm going to see how many times I need to hop over to get to my meter. So let's see, count with me. 1, 2, 3 times. So since I had to move 3 times to the right to get from kilometers to meters, I'm going to move my decimal 1, 2, 3 times over to the right, and I'm going to fill in zeros in the empty places. And so 48 kilometers is equal to 48,000 meters. So all we did was move the decimal over as many times as we needed to move over in our mnemonic. So let's go ahead and try another one. So in this example, it's asking how many milligrams are in 110 kilograms. So again, I'm going to write out the mnemonic. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. So this time, again, I'm starting at the kilograms, but it's asking me to go to milligrams. So I'm no longer going to be at the base unit, because again, the base unit is grams, liters, and meters. Or in this example, I'm trying to get over to milligrams, not just grams. So let's count how many jumps I have to make to get from the K over to this M at the far right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jumps. And so if I rewrite 110 kilograms, because this is the same as saying 110.0 kilograms. So if I rewrite that, I'm just going to move over 6 times to the right, because that's what I did in my mnemonic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, I'm going to fill zeros in every empty space. So I'm going to rewrite my number with all my new zeros. Comma here, comma there. And so my answer is that in 110 kilograms, there's 110 million milligrams. Don't forget to write your units. 110 million milligrams. Okay. Let's try one more together. Pause the video and see if you're able to solve this on your own using the mnemonic, and I'm going to go ahead and walk through it. So once again, I'm going to write the mnemonic out. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. And so this question is asking me to go from the millimeter to the meter. Now remember, our base unit is where we have our liters, meters, and grams. And so the base unit is where I'm trying to get to. I'm starting over here at the millimeter. So this time when I make my jumps, I'm actually going to be moving to the left instead of the right. So let's count how many times I need to do that. 1, 2, 3 times. So 3 jumps to the left. And so 104,000 millimeters is the same as saying 104,000.0 millimeters. So now I'm going to take this decimal and move it 3 times to the left. 1, 2, 3. And so 104,000 millimeters is the same as 104 meters. Or you could say 104.0, depending on how many significant figures you need to use. So I hope you guys found this video on metric system conversions helpful, and I'll see you guys next time.